Good evening, welcome to night time with me, your Auntie Nelly. How are we all? It's 9 o'clock, it's Wednesday, and it's bloody windy, isn't it? Christ on a fucking bike. It's really windy. If you put a pair of red shoes on, then you'd turn into fucking Dorothy, wouldn't you? How are we all? Who's watching? Give me that like, give me that love, give me that share. Let me know in the comments where you are watching me from. Hello, Matthew Stride, and welcome. Not really done much for me hair tonight. This will have to fucking do. My alarm clock's just gone off, telling me it's 2 minutes to go for 9 o'clock, and I'm thinking, the fuck's going on there? Why's the alarm clock going off? I got myself that settled into reading an article that I forgot why I were fucking laid on bed. Adam Marla, happy birthday, darling. I hope you've had a birthday as wonderful as you. So, how are we all? It is night time with Nelly. I open up the inbox, and to my surprise, I read out some very, very racy, hopefully, dear Auntie Nelly's over 18s only. Any advice given on tonight's show is purely for entertainment purposes. Entertainment purposes, over 18s, strong language and talk of a sexual nature throughout. Not done me hair tonight, not slapped any slap on. Here I am. Who's joining me? Are you giving me that like, that comment and that share? So yeah, so usually I titivate myself a bit, but it's not that I didn't know it was Wednesday. I really do, because I came up at about 8:15 and I set alarm ready, and then it went off and I thought, the fuck's the alarm clock going off for? Honest to God, it's an age thing, it's an age thing, it's an age thing. Anne Richardson says, hi Auntie Nelly, you look gorgeous. And Claire's once again watching from Asvidilla Zoosh. Have you been writing in, your dear Auntie Nelly's? Because I can see that the inbox once again is filling up nicely for Nighttime with Nelly and Sunday services. Oh, it's somebody's 50th today, Kerry Duck. Happy 50th birthday, Kerry Duck. You know what they say? 50 is the new 40 and 40 is the new 30. So Kerry Duck, once again, welcome to the Dirty 30s. I've never actually left the Dirty 30s. I think I had probably one of the best times ever in my 30s. So last week I got told off for shouting. I do shout because I'm deaf in one ear. And if you do find that I'm shouting, I'm not shouting at you, my apologies, just turn your volume down slightly and then it doesn't offend. How's that? Is that all right? My hair's grown again, as you can see. And it grown, don't my hair grow right quick? Does, doesn't it? Woo! Anyway, shall we get going with the very first dear? Oh, have you had your nashes yet? You didn't watch me Instagram live last night, did you? My last appointment now is on the 5th of March. And I will be having my teeth fitted. So I'll have my 2 teeth fitted there, no more temporary dentures. It's my birthday in March, so I'll have teeth for my birthday. So I won't be singing all I want for my birthday is 2 front teeth, because it's front teeth, it's inside teeth. But yes, I'll have I can't stop fucking about with my hair now, because I was late switching camera on, so I didn't do it. It'll have to do. It'll have to do. So, are you ready? I'm ready. Shall we get going? Let's go! If anybody comments with any comments on your comments with gift, prize, giveaway, competition, it's a scam. If anybody sends you any friend requests, it's not me, it's the fake. Don't fall for it, it's starting again. Yeah. Dear Auntie Nelly, just wondered what your favourite sex position is. Okay. We got to the point where we want to explore a little more and do something new. Thanks. Also, you're throwing in 2 there. He wants me to give him a BJ. I have never done it because I know I might be terrified of it. And he wants bun fun. Thanks again. What you terrified of? Giving a blowjob? What you terrified of? Giving a blowjob? Or are you terrified of his actual cock? What you terrified of? You've put, also he wants me to give him a BJ. I'm terrified. What you terrified of? What is terrifying about giving your partner oral pleasure? If you've never done it before, it can feel quite terrifying because you're not quite sure where to put it, how to put it, how long to put it there, what you do in your gob when it is there. Do you put it all in? Do you put a bit in? Are you going to gag? Are you going to throw up? What's it going to taste like? What's it going to smell like? That should be questions that you're asking that make you inquisitive. They shouldn't make you feel terror. Anything that you're approaching to do in the bedroom that makes you feel like you're terrified, we shouldn't be doing it. We shouldn't do anything that terrifies us, whether that's in the bedroom or outside of the bedroom. Sexual positions. You've asked me what my favourite one is. It don't really fucking matter what favourite position I like, does it, Flower? It's about you two exploring, having fun. Don't not have fun in the bedroom. Don't stop laughing with your partner. No matter what happens in bedroom, just fucking enjoy it. If you climb on and fall off, does it fucking matter? Unless you fall and smack your head up radiator and then it's a trip to A&E, so be careful. But as for positions, you want to shake it up a bit, give them a go. I mean, I've never done reverse cowgirl. Never to this day, and I'm 48 in a few weeks. Do I really want to do it? No desire to, but if we were having a laugh and a joke one night and I fancied it, I would do. Explore positions. You might find one you really like. You might find one you're not so keen on. You might find one that you can do right easy and think, fucking hell, I like this. Then you might find ones that you think, I prefer that tonight because I'm being lazy. You might find some that make you feel like an athlete. You've just got to go with the flow of it. So as for doing sexual positions, just do what's fucking right for you. I mean, to be honest with you, I quite like him surprising me from behind and me being asleep really for part of the act. That's what I find really sexy, the fact that I can still moan and groan and pretend I'm sort of doing it, but really I'm still kind of asleep and he's doing all the work from behind. So if I really have to choose a position, it's kind of that one. But then I'm right vanilla. I like missionary. I like missionary because you're intimate with your partner. You can see the face. They can see your face. You can see up the nostrils. You can kiss them. They can kiss you. I like missionary. But maybe that's an age thing. As for reverse cowgirl, give it a go. I haven't. Write in and let me know what you did. Did you fall off? I've got to think. I mean, they're behind you, aren't they? They're actually behind you and you're all there and it's a bit, I don't know, I like intimacy. I'm a bit old-fashioned. Do not be terrified of giving a blowjob ever. Don't be terrified. If it terrifies you, don't do it. Start off nice and slow. So I can't do hand actions because I get banned. But put it in your hand and then bring it up to your mouth and spit on it, lick it, kiss it. Put a little bit in your gob and see how you go. You can't get it wrong, just don't bite. And whatever you do, do not blow. I don't know why it's called a blow job because we don't actually blow on it unless you do actually do a little blow while it's not in your gob, but it's like there, you're teasing it. But yeah, just give it a go and you'll know whether he likes it or not, but don't ever be terrified. He also wants bum fun. I think if you're not really into doing lots of different positions yet and you've not really given a blowjob, I don't think we should actually go for bum fun just yet. I think we've got to learn to crawl before we can walk, sweetheart. Moving on. Dear Aunty Nelly, my boyfriend woke up from a wet dream. Oh, and he had only been asleep 10 minutes or so. I was already in bed but half awake as I really needed a wee. He got out of bed and mumbled that he really needed a wee, so off he went to the toilet. There's lots of fucking wees going on here, isn't there? Off he went to the toilet. I leant over the bed to get a drink and the bed was covered in spunk. Oh. I didn't say anything. And once I heard the toilet flush, I went to the toilet myself. Once I got back, my boyfriend told me he stumped his toe on the way back to bed and it was bleeding. So he went back into the bathroom to wipe it. Obviously, I know that is not what happened, but was too embarrassed to say I know. And he obviously too embarrassed to tell me anyway. I can't help but feel hurt and betrayed in some way because I don't know what he was dreaming about. Any advice? Also, he does love me, but I can't help but feel the way I do, like I'm not good enough. I now feel disgusting and unloved, thanks. You feel disgusting and unloved because he's jizzed his pants in his fucking sleep when he's been having a bit of a dream? Right, let's get a fucking reality check on this one. Chances are that when he's having a wank, he's not thinking of you. Sorry to bring that to your attention, but that's possibly true. Chances are he's had a bit of a dream. It could even be about fucking Sheila at number 54. You can't control your dreams. You can't fall out with folk because of the dreams. And if he has had a bit of a fucking wet dream and jizzed in bed, so fucking what? It does not mean he doesn't love you. It does not mean he does not find you attractive. It does not mean that he's wanking or somebody else. The fucking fella were asleep, or so you think. Could have been having a bit of a sneaky wank. But that's another story and another problem. But I don't think by him having a wet dream means that now you are unwanted or unloved. Not at all. So sometimes we have to just think, let's write in to Aunty Nelly and she'll speak to me rationally about this. Any advice I do give is for entertainment purposes, except this advice. There is no way on God's green earth that he is not thinking of you in any other way than what he already does just because he's jizzed in his pants in his fucking sleep. It's not true, sweetheart. You're making it up into a big fucking Hollywood blockbuster in your head. It's not true. It's just not true. It's not true. Do not now sort of knock your own self-confidence or self-esteem by thinking that you're not enough. We cannot control what happens in our sleep. Okay? It's not true. Not true. And yeah, he's probably not going to say, oh, fucking hell, I've just fucking spunked all over bed. I don't know what I was dreaming about. He's not going to say it, and you're not going to ask. It happened. It's happened. Fucking move on. It don't matter. It really don't matter. I mean, I'd be pissed off that there's now a fucking wet patch in bed, and I hadn't even had a nice time. I mean, looking back on relationships, most of them, there has been a wet patch in bed and I've not really had a nice time anyway, so that's what would piss me off. I'd be fucking fuming that there's a wet patch and I've not had a nice time. But you cannot feel unloved and unwanted because he's come in his dreams. You can't. You can't. You absolutely can't. I'm sorry. And there's a lot of we in here, isn't there? I needed a wee, he had a wee, she had a wee, they had a wee. Oh, I know he loves me. He loves you. He's fucking cummed in his fucking sleep. Does it fucking matter? No, move on. Think about your gas electric in April. Think about fucking grand old Duke of York. He had 10 million quid. He'd give it to a perfect stranger that he'd never met. Yeah? Poor Queen. Poor Betsy. Dear Aunty Nelly, I have a new partner and we slept together for the first time on Saturday. Could have been any Saturday. We've been together for 2 months. He stayed at mine for the past 3 nights and the last 2 times we had sex. When we finished having sex, I was twitching and shaking and my thighs were trembling the most. But everywhere was twitching. Never experienced this before. Can anyone shed some light onto it? Because Google hasn't helped me much. Lol. Thanks. So, regardless of how long you've been together and how many times he's fucking sleeping at your house and leaving his toothbrush, you've had a fantastic orgasm. And what's happened is you've had this wonderful orgasm and it's just then your muscles after your muscles in your body of then relaxing after tensing and releasing this wonderful pleasure. So there's absolutely nothing fucking wrong. Some people shake, some people twitch, some people get a bit breathless, some people cry. We've had a few people write in that cry when they come. I've never had anyone cry. I've probably had them cry because they've come in me and then they've realised what they've done. That's probably caused tears. But have I ever shaked and shuddered and done a bit of an exorcist after coming? No, I haven't. But there are different things that happen to your body, and rightly so, because you've had such a fucking tremendous orgasm. And it depends what kind of orgasm you have, because we can have mental orgasms, physical orgasms, vaginal orgasms, or clitoral orgasms, or we can have an abundance of all of it. So I think if your body's gone into a spasm, then maybe I think it's because you have had one of those weird and wonderful orgasms that's just connected with all your senses. So do not for 1 minute think there's anything wrong with your sex life. Do not for 1 minute think there's anything wrong with your body by doing that. And do not fucking let him go. He sounds like a bit of a fucking keeper. Enjoy it, flower. Enjoy the shivers and the shudders. Oh, you might squirt next time. Who knows? Dear Aunty Nelly, so today while my boyfriend and I were having a fairly frank technical discussion about sexy times via text. Technical? How can you have a fucking technical discussion about fucking sexy time? The fuck you talking about? Fairly frank discussion, I'm going to leave technical out of it, about sexy times via text. He mentioned that he can fit, oh dear God in heaven, dear God in heaven, are you ready for this? He mentioned, I'd have quit him for this, I'd have blocked him. He mentioned that he can feel my shit when he fingers me. Like, while it's still in my shit canal. I was so mortified that I changed the subject. He changed the fucking subject. I'd have fucking blocked the cunt and took a fucking Dulcolax and gone and sat on toilet. I guess it makes sense, she says. The tubes are right next to each other. Ha ha. Ha ha. Yeah, ha ha. But it's so embarrassing. Is this normal though, Aunty Nelly? Can your flower pots actually tell me whether it's normal? Can guys always feel the girl shit through the walls? Thanks. To come out with such a fucking statement, I doubt very much you were fucking making it up. I've never been being fingered, right? And no lad's ever said to me, have you not been for a shit today? It's never been mentioned. I've never fingered myself and thought, oh, feel a bit bunged up there. I'm going to have to go and do a good thrown in a minute. That's never happened. No one has ever, in all my 48 years, doing nighttime with Nelly or talking to my girlfriends or boyfriends or anybody said, hey, do you know, if you've not had a shit and then he fingers you, he can feel your shit in your poo canal. That's never happened to this day. So, congratulations for being the first time to write into Nighttime with Nelly with something we've never heard before. Because sometimes some of the questions are like a bit repeated, they're a bit different worded, but we've kind of heard it. But shit through the wall. Fucking Christ on a bike and Mary on fucking handlebars. So, you're talking about sexy times through text and then he just slides it in and says, do you know, sometimes when I'm fingering you, I can feel your shit through your shit canal. That's not sexy. That would make me quit him and block him. Not because it embarrasses me, because people shit. Everyone shits, even Queen shits. But for the fact that he's mentioned that he can feel your shit while fingering you, yeah, I don't think that should ever, ever, ever be a topic of discussion for anybody ever. If now you feel a bit awks about it, so you're a bit awkward, you're not quite sure, why don't you make sure that before sexy times, you empty your bowel? Empty that fucking bowel. That's what I would advise. Is that what you're asking me? I don't know what you're actually asking me other than, is it true? It probably is true, because your shit canal and your vaginal canal, your wall, they are quite connected, aren't they? Yeah, you're right. But, yeah, does it ever need to be discussed? No. But if you're bothered about it, and maybe you've got like quite a thin lining and your poo kind of like protrudes and you can feel it through your wall, make sure you've got an empty bowel before you do it. I mean, Did he say it in a way where he wanted to humiliate you, embarrass you? Or did he just say it because he thought, oh, I know what I can tell you? Because I don't find that sexy. I don't find poo sexy. I don't find poo jokes sexy. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that somebody's felt one of my shits through my shit canal, through my vaginal wall. I don't like it. So make sure that you've emptied your barrel, and I'd actually quit him. I'd block him, quit him and get rid of him. I don't want to be laid in bed with somebody having sexy times in future knowing that he's felt my shit through my vaginal wall. I don't find that sexy. Not only has he turned me off, but he's turned me off him as well. That's just turned me off the whole act with him. I don't want him fingering me again in case he touches, well, he can feel that I need a shit or haven't had a shit. Or when he's fingering me, is he then fingering and roaming around with his finger, seeing if I have had a fucking shit? I don't like it. I'm not into it. I would block him and quit him and move on. Yeah? Okay. Unless, oh, now then. Unless, what about if he said it because you're having a discussion about sexy time through text? What about if he said it to see whether you got turned on by it? Because he might be into shit. He might be into hard sports. He might be thinking, I'll just drop it in like that. I can feel a shit through a vaginal wall and see what she does. And obviously you've changed the subject, so he's gone, oh yeah, she's not into it. But you could have gone, oh yeah, really? But you don't stop, so it obviously doesn't gross you out, does it? No, actually, I quite like it. He might have been testing waters to see if you're into shit. He might have been saying, like, you know, see if you can get, like, a bit of shit talk on. He might be into shit. He might be into hard sports. So I'd ask him again. If you don't want to block him and quit him, I mean, you might not be as brutal as me, but ask him. Just say, listen, do you know when you mentioned what you could feel through my vaginal wall? Say, does it make you feel a bit disgusting? It's all right if it does. But if it doesn't, you could also tell me just to find out. Because he might be into shit. Like, not into shit. He might be into actual shit. Like, proper shit. Because they do, don't they? What they called on porn, scat movies. So they call scat, where they all shit on each other. But then they call it hard sports as a subcategory, don't they? Yeah, anyway, you could do that or just do what I said and just fucking quit him. Quit him. Because if he is into shit, I mean, you don't want anyone who's into fucking shit, do you? You don't want to be shitting left, right and fucking middle, do you? No. Dear Aunty Nelly, so today oh no, hang on, I'm not wrong one. Dear Aunty Nelly, I'm finding it hard to move on from my baby daddy. Why do people say baby daddy? Is it like down with the kids that? Why can't they just say, I've been together with the father of my child or my partner, fiance, husband, boyfriend? Have you had your hair cut off? I have, yes, sweetheart. I'm finding it hard to move on from my baby daddy. We was together, but broke up and been separated for 3 years. We both went through bad breakups and we have had sex night to help each other get over. What? Right, broke up, been separated 3 years. Right, so you broke up, you've been separated for 3 years, but in that 3 years, because you've both been shagging other people and then had bad breakups, you both sleep with each other to get over your bad breakups, but you're not getting over each other from your bad breakups because you're still fucking each other. Am I correct? Yeah. Okay. Then we was regularly having sex a month and he came on a family holiday with me. Then he stopped coming over. So I asked if he wanted a relationship. He said no. So I cut it off. Did you do a Lorena Bobbitt? What the fuck have you fucking cut off here? I don't know how to move on. I'm on dating website, but I can't help thinking we could have been happy family, thanks. Do you know why that's popped into Nighttime with Nelly and not Sunday service? Because she says sex loads of times, but it's not really a sex thing, is it? So let's just talk a bit about this. Why not while we're here? Fucking shit, I got off the pot. Right, so you were your boyfriend, then he weren't your boyfriend, you've had a child together, then you've gone off with different fucking partners, then you broke up with them partners, but all in that time, the connection to this child, you're still fucking each other. Then you're writing into Aunty Nelly saying, why can't I fucking move on? You can't fucking move on because you're still fucking emotionally attached to him. Not only are you emotionally attached to him because you're the mother of his child, you're emotionally attached to him because you won't stop fucking him. And no matter how big of a fucking cunt in the world you are, you can't not have a kind of a little bit of an emotional attachment to the person you're fucking. Look at Phil Mitchell. Even Phil Mitchell falls in love with folk, and Phil Mitchell is a right mean, nasty, horrible gangster cunt on EastEnders. So if you want to move on from this ex who's not really your ex but is kind of your ex, you need to stop fucking him. You asked him to be your boyfriend, he said no, move on to somebody else, okay? Moving on. So I cut it off. I hope you didn't fucking chop his cock off, sweetheart. What happened to Lorena Bobbitt? Do you remember her in 90? She chopped it. What do you call John Wayne Bobbitt? She chopped his cock off in America, didn't she? Lorena Bobbitt, weren't it? And he was called John Bobbitt, and she chopped it off, didn't she? And then somebody found it at side of the road. Oh, fucking hell, here we fucking go. Dear Aunty Nelly, I have been with my man for 4 months and I adore him. Very fucking good. We are well established amongst friends and family. Very fucking good. Not necessary for the dear Aunty Nelly, but here we go. We have a good sex life, in my opinion. He is attentive and I enjoy, but still hasn't come since we've been together. He says he comes when alone, which is fine, but not sure if it's true. He says not to worry because he's happy, not bothered about not having an orgasm when we have sex, and says this has always been his issue. He said he's never gone doctor about it, as it's not really a thing that bothers him. I suggested things like him touching himself when we are doing stuff and wanking himself, and that way he can come. He says, no, I don't want to do that. I don't push it as I don't want him to feel uncomfortable. I just worry that, though, he isn't fully sexually satisfied with me. That's why he doesn't come. So I don't know if the issue really is me or him, and I don't do it for him. I've told him I really like it when a man comes, thinking it might spur him on, but it doesn't. I don't want to keep pushing the subject, though, but I would rather be with a partner who comes when I come and then everything's nice. Yeah, right, so not everybody comes at the same time, and if you don't come at the same time, it can still be nice. Don't matter how long you've been together, how long you have sex for or don't have sex for. If he doesn't come when he's having sex with you and he's saying to you, I don't need to ejaculate, that's how I've always been, but I can ejaculate on my own, but it's not an issue. That's why I've not got doctors. But I really still enjoy having sex with you. I enjoy the whole of our intimate act, regardless of the orgasm. Then you've got to take that as face value. You're making problems where there aren't problems, okay? Number two, if you really want to be in a relationship with a man that will orgasm, because that turns you on, then you're not having a fulfilling sexual relationship. You're not happy in your sex life. No matter how good you pretend it is, you have not got a good sex life and you are not enjoying sex if you have got a sexual question from me on a Wednesday night. So you either enjoy it or you don't. So is it a big problem? It sounds like it is, but I think you're making excuses for both of you. He's not willing to go and see a GP. He doesn't find it a fucking problem. He comes on his own. He's quite happy. I don't know what the emotional block is there, whether it's psychology, whether it's physical, what it is, but he's not willing to share that with you. You've only been together 4 months. You either suck it up or suck it off. It's entirely up to you. Tell him, you've told him, I really, really get turned on by my man coming. This isn't working for me. He'll either address the issue or he won't. There could be 100 fucking million reasons why he cannot come in the bedroom. But it's obviously not that you're not turning him on, because he's having sex with you. He's doing what he can, isn't he? And it's not working, is it? It's not working. It don't work for him. You know, there could be 100 million reasons why. He could have mental health problems. He could be on mental health medication that does it. He could be taking recreational drugs. He could be a drinker. It could be a medical condition. It could be a psychological condition. There's a block somewhere. But if he can't come and he's not fucking asked about it, what can you do? You've got to then decide, after approach the subject, this is what his explanation is. He's not willing to do fuck all about it. Can I actually have a sexual relationship with somebody who doesn't come? Am I going to be satisfied with that? And if the answer is no, bail out now. End of. So, dear Aunty Nelly, my boyfriend and I have been together 6 years and our sex life is still going strong. Woo! However, sometimes he asks me to get on top during sex. I always say I can't and he accepts it and he carries on. You see, I've lost 6 stone in weight and I'm a mother to 3 children. I'm not as confident naked as I used to be. I understand. I'm not as confident naked. All right. I've bought sexy nighties and things to cover myself up, but we always end up naked and I bottle it. He tells me that I have a beautiful body and he loves me. Should I just bite the bullet and do it? Abso-fucking-lutely, yes you should. I know exactly where you're coming from. Now, isn't this a bit fucking backward thinking? Because you've lost 6 stone in weight, so people are like, oh my God, you look amazing, you look fucking fantastic, how do you feel? Oh, I feel really good, yeah, my health's incredible, I can now walk upstairs. Whatever it is, conversation you're having, absolutely fucking congratulations, brilliant. 6 stones in weight is a massive achievement, well done, okay. However, when you've lost that 6 stone in weight, your body dramatically changes. The reason I know this is because I dropped 6 stone in weight. Okay, I put 3 stone back on in lockdown, but here we are. It's not about me. When I lost the 6 stone in weight, my body did change. My breasts changed, my stomach changed, my thighs changed, my bottom changed, and it was no longer my body. 6 stone is more than 14 pounds. 14 pounds is a stone, isn't it? So, yeah, so you've got to sort of, right? So ignore about the sexual things. Ignore that for now. What you've got to start doing is embracing your new body. Because that's what you've got. Your body feels different. It looks different. And it's going to work in a different way. So when I remember when I lost 6 stone, my breasts at the top here were quite very breasty there. You'll see on some of my old videos. When I lost the 6 stone, that went. And I remember thinking, where's my comfort blanket? Because I used to cross my arms and they'd be out here. And then all of a sudden they're in here. So everything changed. So I had to embrace my new body and I had to start falling in love with my new body and in love with me again. Amy Freeman, good evening. So what I need you to do firstly is, before you start running, let's take a step back. Let's congratulate yourself on how wonderful your body is. It's carried 3 children into this world. What a fucking fantastic vessel you have, number 1. Number 2, how wonderful that you now have a healthier body in order to carry you through this life, to be around a lot longer for your 3 children. Number 3, embrace what you've got. Look what it's done for you. Start loving yourself and start accepting it as it is now. And what you have to think is, hello Anushka and Elliot. Thank you so much for all your help tonight. I really appreciate it. What you have to think is, okay, so my breasts don't look like they did. My tummy doesn't look like it did. My bottom doesn't look like it is. But this is what it looks like now. And I certainly can make this look good. Of course you fucking can. Get the sexy underwear on. If you're not sure about, you know, the saggy skin or the breasts have drooped or, you know, your body feels a lot flabbier. That's the way I can describe it when you've lost 6 stone. Because it's no longer sort of like swollen and bloated. Then put the underwear on, cover yourself up, keep the light off, do it until you get that little bit of confidence. And yes, do go on top. when you feel ready. Maybe if you feel like you feel exposed, why don't you wear a baby doll? It's not, you know, you don't have to go on top naked. You can go on with underwear. You can wear a bra, you can wear a baby doll, you can pull your panties to one side. There's lots you can do. But start loving yourself. Once you start loving your new body and what it's been capable of and what it's going to be capable of, you'll start to feel sexy. And don't forget, you're already 50% there because your husband has said to you, I absolutely fucking adore you and I love your body, you're beautiful. So you're not having to fight his corner, you're just having to fight your own. Congratulations and well done and good luck with that. You're going to be absolutely fine, small steps. Dear Auntie Nelly, I have been with my partner 7 years. We have a home together and a beautiful son. My problem is trust. Like, before I was with my partner, I was in an abusive relationship, always being cheated. Because of this, I find it really hard to trust my partner due to no fault of his own. Excuse me, I've done a burp. I absolutely hate it and I'm looking at counselling to resolve this. When it comes to sex, I find that rough and slutty sex is easier. It's although I play, it's like, right, that's not even a sentence, right. It's like I can play a character, but afterwards I just feel awkward. The more intimate sex I love and crave, but I'm so scared to open up in that way. Due to past events of being hurt, how can I fix this and start progressing? I want to be able to fully... So, by being yourself in the bedroom, you're obviously absolutely terrified of being vulnerable because of past hurts in past relationships. You said in your message you're looking at therapy. I absolutely do think that the way forward with you is therapy. So go and see your GP. Explain to your GP what you may need, what you think has happened to you, what you think you need in order to achieve that. I think sometimes if we do play a character in the bedroom, and it's not just because of dressing up or role playing, I think it's because you're so scared of showing them the real you. Because once people see the real you in raw state, pure and vulnerable, then of course you're giving them permission maybe to hurt you. So you're kind of putting up a wall, you're kind of making this slutty character up in the bedroom so that if he does hurt you, well, he didn't really shag the real you anyway. He didn't make love to the real you. It wasn't ever really you. So it's a way of protection. It's your security blanket. So I understand why you're doing that. But the only way round you opening up is by letting go of your past trauma. And by doing that with a therapy session, maybe several therapy sessions. There are some good ones online. I'd definitely go and see your GP and get him to refer you to a sex therapy clinic. And you'll be absolutely fine. Just be open and honest with your therapist about what's happened in the past. And one thing I will say there is, it's so unfair not to trust our new partners. It's so unfair not to trust our partners because of past partners' mistakes. I don't think new partners should ever have to pay for past partners' mistakes. Absolutely not. It's not fair. And if you do go into a relationship and you're making them pay for past partners, then you're not ready for a relationship because you've got to heal from your past traumas. You've got to go in with a blank slate, a blank canvas. They should not have to pay for past partners' mistakes. So if that's happening, I don't think you're ready for a relationship, sweetheart. You need to work on yourself and therapy will do you the world of good. Moving on. A little bit serious, weren't it? Oh, are you absolutely fucking joking me? This is like 17 pages long. Dear Auntie Nelly, I started a new job 7 years ago and there was one guy who worked there and I thought he was nice, but he was 12 years younger. I'm 44, he's 32. Anyway, I didn't think much of it, but at Christmas do, he kissed me and I surprised and a little bit flattered. I did think after we'd had sex that he was going to regret it in the morning. But he started to text me and ask to meet up. I then found out he was married. Okay. I'm not happy, but stupidly carried on staying in touch. All right, okay. Eventually things things got more to where we met more. I've always been single, but looking back now, I do feel bad for his wife. Oh, there is no longer any talk of a sexual nature, even though we do text. It just dwindles out. He's still married and he just texts me for general chit-chat. What are you, fucking Dear Diary? Well, I'm happy to do so and stay in touch. I really do not understand why he doesn't want a clean break. You know why? Because you're not allowing him to. You know, I'm not even going to read any more of your fucking message because it goes on and talks about fucking shit and I'm not interested in shit. He's a married man. You had sex with him. You didn't know he were married. He's 12 years younger, so you felt a bit fucking flattered. The minute you found out that he is married, you fucking run for the hills. You put your fast slippers on and you fucking run, sweetheart. He's not your property. Whatever problems he's having in his marriage, that's his problem, not yours. Whatever fucking little fantasy he's got that I want to shag an older woman, that's his problem. Don't be that older woman. The minute you found out he was married, you should have not carried on with your little texting, whether it be flirting or just general chit-chat. You do not talk to another woman's husband without her knowledge, because once a cheat, always a cheat. He's cheating and so are you, and you're cheating yourself. And now you're saying, oh, and I don't know why he doesn't want a clean break. He don't want a fucking clean break because you're still fucking replying. You keep knocking on a bastard door and no fucker opens it. You stop knocking, don't you? He's texting you and you're texting back. That's why it's happening, because you're fucking allowing it to, aren't you? So fucking stop it, whether he's fucking 12 years younger, 12 years older, or fucking Brad Pitt. When someone's married, they're fucking married, they're not your fucking property. Fucking back it off, sack it off, tell him you're no longer willing to chit-chat. If he wants to talk to somebody, go and talk to his fucking wife at fucking local priest. You're not interested. Block, delete, fucking move on. If you've had a taste for a younger man and you like it, go on fucking Tinder and get one. There's fucking loads of them on there. All right, but leave people's husbands alone. Now, I'm not blaming you. It takes 50-50, 2 to tango, but you now know he's married. You've got that fucking knowledge. So sack it off. It's fuck all to do with you, flower. Hang on. Hi, Nelly. I'm coming to the shop in Burnley. Oh, I'm away 18th to 20th of March. I'm away. I'm in London, darling. So I'm not there. Sorry. Any other weekend, but that weekend I'm away in London, the 18th to the 20th. So there you go. I'm really sorry, you know, but I can't abide by it, and I can't have people saying, oh, well, you know, well, this is the, you know, I can't flower it up. I can't fanny about with it. It's somebody else's fucking husband. The minute you find out they're married, you have no guilt of the fact that you slept with him when you didn't know he was married. That's not your fucking problem. That's not a crime you've committed. That's up to him. But the minute you find out they're married, good night fucking Vienna. Hashtag bye fucking Felicia. Off you fuck, you cheating cunt. End of. That's been tonight's Night Time with Nelly. Have you enjoyed it? I've enjoyed it. Wasn't it nice? I'm going to now go and download this onto YouTube. And if I don't see it week, I'll see you on Sunday for Sunday service, seeing how you fixed. That's if we're all here for fucking Sunday, because apparently we're all going to get fucking bastard blown away. So if I don't see you on Sunday service in kitchen, I'll see you at Wizard of Oz. Good night, God bless, and keep writing into the page with your Sunday service, your Night Time with Nelly, and your review requests. Any advice I give on tonight's show was purely for entertainment purposes. If you get any friend requests, it's not me. If you get anybody saying competition, giveaway, gift, it's a scam. See you all soon. Good night and God bless. Mwah.